My life was sending me the information that I needed to reread The Catcher in the Rye, and I was resisting like hell. I had just been bullied into reading Lolita, and now it was The Catcher in the Rye. And there was no way on the green earth that I wanted to do this. I saw a PBS show on TV about the author, J.D. Salinger. It was very laudatory, of course. And I came across some references to the book on the internet, conceding its greatness, signals that I should read it. But for once, I held firm. There was no way I was going to reread that doggone book, or perhaps I should call it that goddamn book. I've had enough Salinger in my lifetime. And I did not read the goddamn thing, although I do want to say a little about it. The essence of the metaphor referenced in the title is that the narrator sees himself in a field, and he's protecting the young children who are playing in that field by catching them before they can fall off a cliff. The meaning of this is that the narrator, a teenager himself, 16, by the name of Holden Caulfield, wants to save the innocence of the children by preventing them from turning into adults. The adult world in the book is a menacing, terrible trap with thousands of false paths leading to nowhere but the loss of your soul and the loss of that precious childhood innocence. The adult world is, to use a word from the book, completely phony. I can recall another story in which the adult world is monstrous and threatening, and that is the movie Stand By Me. It's been too long since I've seen it, but I'm thinking that every single adult figure in it is a complete shit of one type or another. Growing up is the worst thing that could happen to you. And that seems to be the message of The Catcher in the Rye. Growing up is a disaster, a kind of betrayal. One of the narrator's brothers, Allie, is dead. Another, DB, is prostituting himself in Hollywood, working as a screenwriter. And then there is Holden's little sister, Phoebe, whom he loves more than anything else. She means the world to him. She has not been corrupted. Not yet. I believe that the book is famous because of the tone of the voice of the narrator. It is casual and full of slang and larded with scorn for anything in authority, be it teachers or education in general, or all of that David Copperfield kind of crap. The book is refreshingly irreverent. It was published in 1951. The war was over. The suburbs were booming. Salinger wasn't celebrating. He wrote about wealthy, neurotic, brilliant white people like Holden and the members of the Glass family. Glass was right. Beautiful, precious, transparent, easily shattered, never repaired. I want to say that if you're going to project the innocence of children, then you'd better get out in that field by the edge of the cliff pretty goddamn early. In the city where I live, in a public school, an 8-year-old boy was bullied, slammed into a wall, and knocked out for about 10 minutes in a bathroom. Kids walked over him. No one called for help. There was a video camera running during the incident. 2 days later, he took his life by hanging himself from the top of a bunk bed. 8 years old. And the school system said there was no bullying, that he fainted in the washroom. They had no idea why he killed himself, but agreed it was a terrible thing, and said they were offering extra counseling and guidance for the children of the school, especially those in that bathroom who now felt responsible in part for his death because of media reports. I think the bullying went on every day in that school. I think that boy was scared to death. It was at heart the Lord of the Flies. In the absence of adult supervision, the bullies took over and the result was grim. The result was a death. Children can go over the cliff at an awfully early age. The other text relevant to The Catcher in the Rye is Peter Pan, the boy who refuses to grow up, who lives with the Lost Boys. Was Holden learning that he was homosexual? It doesn't matter. He was becoming an adult. So we have a book about losing childhood and innocence leading to a world of compromise, deceit, and every immorality and falseness. And we had books, Lolita and Gadsby, about trying to recover the past, lost youth, and how futile that is. The one agreement they share is that the grown-up world is a badly disguised horror. The bright spot for me is that I did not reread The Catcher in the Rye.